I didn't know where I really wanted to go starting out. And I knew that I had had a good experience with my dual credit classes, so I just continued on. And then when I decided I wanted to be a nurse, the enrollment period was still open, so that's what I did, and it worked out great. And I had a wonderful experience. I was able to get scholarships that helped, and I knew that I would appreciate that once I graduated a lot more than I appreciated it in the time, but especially like when I graduated, and that helped. So I decided to do the ADN route because it was the better option for me, especially because I did decide to go into nursing or choose nursing at a later point, because I could work for a full year or however long and get my BSN while I'm working, rather than waiting that time, just kind of taking some classes here and there before I could get into nursing school to do my BSN. I know that I do want to further my nursing education eventually to a master's or maybe a doctorate at some point. And I just knew that getting the most experience in the clinical setting as a practicing nurse would be more beneficial. It was very practical for me because I did live at home. My parents were saints and allowed me to do that and commute, which saved me a ton of money. But it also was it's like a local feel. Like, my professors were from around this area. A lot of them had worked at the hospitals I did clinicals at, and they were able to get in kind of good with everything. The commute was easy, and I felt like the class size was small, so I got a lot of one-on-one that I might not have gotten at other schools or universities with larger class sizes. I would say that I have two professors that really helped. One was my A&P teacher, Erica Richardson. She was phenomenal. She really made me interested in anatomy and physiology, but also just like going into the medical field and pursuing a higher education. I never really thought about ever going for a master's or a doctorate until I saw her doing it as she was still teaching. She really made me realize that it's always good to continue learning, like never stop, because the second you get complacent is the second that you quit, and I just feel like she pushed me in that aspect. And then Mr. Mabe, who's no longer here, he was just influential in my life, but also just, he really did strive to make every student that he had feel important and feel cared for. And he taught a lot about life and just how to be a better human. And I think that alone helped me in my practice, because it makes me feel more empathetic and connect more to the people I'm taking care of and around. I loved the class size. I loved it. It made everything feel more personal. I felt like I could build a connection with my professor. I felt like they knew me. They could help me if I was struggling maybe in a class or not understanding the concept as well. I don't know, I feel like because the class size was so small, or I wouldn't say small, but it was just like 30 to 40 kids or young adults. And I don't know, it just made it great because your peers also felt more comfortable bouncing ideas around and stuff like that. TVCC meant a lot to me and my family because I was able to go to school off scholarships, so I didn't have to, take out loans, or my parents didn't have to take out loans just to put me through school. I was able to work a job and not have to worry too much about saving all of that for tuition and books and everything. So the foundation scholarships were wonderful. It also means a lot to me and my family that I was able to get an education in general. My name is Madison Bass, and I am TVCC.